Hi everyone, it's a story time. So this is a true story, and for anyone who's listening this, have to learn something from this because it can happen to you anytime, any moment. So it's better to learn from your listening. Okay, so once upon a time, there was two marriage couple. They shifted from one place to another in an absolutely different country. So they went there, they found a place, and they started to live there. And those couple had neighbors. The neighbors who were in different tribes. So these neighbors were in different tribes. So they stayed there for a few days, and their neighbors start to knock the door and trying to make interaction between them, like connection, like knowing each other, but in a different way. This way was like trying to talk about something, like maybe sharing things, but not in a direct way. So it was just only a few days, and accordingly to the street, there is no way that a neighbor from nowhere can come to you and ask you for something, the thing that is weird. Okay, but at that time was right. It wasn't weird at that time. So what happened, a long story short, there is a day that the neighbor came again and tried to ask for another thing, trying to connect again, trying to find the interaction, trying to find the conversation between them, trying to talk to them, just trying to talk to them. So, okay, these new couples, the new couple that shifted in the new street, the couple that shifted in the new street tried to understand the neighbors. Okay, it was a just normal thing for that time. So what's happened then? Dear neighbor, what was their intention? At the end of the story, the intention of the neighbor trying to interact with the other neighbors, that they were from different tribes, different countries, different religions, different ethnics. So the point of trying to make the interaction between them was they made a plan. They made a plan of getting money, of scammed their neighbors. Okay. So there is a day they went to ask for money to their neighbors, and it wasn't like a small amount of money. It was a kind of money that can do something, at least something. Not kind of small money, maybe you can buy something small. No. Okay. So the good thing, a husband wasn't there, so it was only a wife. So after asking for money, the wife said, okay, let me call my husband and tell him this. Okay, the neighbor went out and she talked to her husband, and her husband said yes. But before calling her husband, the neighbor came back again, maybe after a few minutes, while she was not already talked to her husband, like he was away from a phone. So the neighbor returned and asked, what did your husband say? But she was insisting like their family are in so much trouble, so they will borrow the money, and about tomorrow they will bring it back. But at that time was early in the morning, very early in the morning, let's say in 5. Okay, so, and they were insisting that their family are in troubles and things like that. Oh, by tomorrow morning we'll bring it and things like that. And they were like terrified. So as you can believe, it's true. Okay. And they were very close. The neighbors were very close. So maybe they think that the neighbor, if they tell them that. They will believe because they are so close. Okay, so what's happened? After returned, before this new shifted couple to the street, called her husband there, the neighbor returned, and then when she asked it, she said, my husband didn't pick a call yet, but by 7 in the morning, I'll let you know. In a meanwhile, a husband picked the phone, and then he approved. So the wife was just waiting for the neighbor to come and give them the money. So guys, guess what happened? What happened there? The neighbor, they were moving. They were leaving the house, they were shifting to another place. And they went to their neighbors and tried to make interaction with them. So in their plan, they can have someone to borrow the money and then run away. But out of this new couple consciousness, so the main point of those neighbors to come to this new couple shifted there, the new neighbors was to look at them like they are nice or they were or something else. So when they approved that they are good people, they have good they have good faith. So what's the point of them for scamming them? Okay, so what's happened? The wife was waiting for the neighbor to come back and give them the money. At that time, the neighbor was already shifted. They were already left. They moved. So was the plan of stealing from the new neighbors who doesn't know their story. And actually, the neighbor doesn't know their story until they left, and they have none to ask. According to the street, they are like, we know the street, the developed country, we know how the street are. There is no interaction. Absolutely no interaction. So you have none to ask, because even if you ask, they may not know about them. Okay, so the day passed, and the wife was waiting for their neighbors to come and give them the money. So her husband was asking, did they come? Not yet. Did they come? Not yet. While they were not knowing that they already moved. So the days passed, and then they came to remember this thing. Where is our neighbors? They didn't come here for a while. Since they asked for money, I didn't see them. So they were trying to see if they are passing there outside. Maybe they're trying to look the shoes, and something is, maybe their clothes is, maybe they're going out. They're trying to check on them. They didn't see them, and they came and realized that they moved at the day that they went to borrow the money and lied that they will bring back. How would they bring the money while they were moving? And they were insisting like, my family is in so many problems right now. I need money this early in the morning. We'll bring back tomorrow. This is the place that I'm living. You see, we are so close. So by tomorrow, I'll give you back. How? So they were expecting that the neighbor for sure they'll not see them. So they will use that chance to run away. How are you going to run away from someone who you just knew? You know who are they? You don't know. Why are you trying to steal from them? You are trying to scam people who you don't know. You know their story, their back, their ground. Why are you trying to steal from someone who just shifted? You know, why did they move there? Hey. So, guys, we have to be careful when we're borrowing people's things. Maybe we need to have vivid things that will lock them from run away from you. because we're according to the budget. You are going somewhere with your budget, expecting how you'll spend it, and it's because you're out of your country. You have none to borrow also. You have none. So you have your budget, a good budget, that someone is coming to borrow you something and run away. People like this doesn't have a good end, because you can't steal for the rest of your life and not be courted. For sure, someone will court you. Okay, so the surprise thing, they are still surprising. Those neighbors who are acting nice, so nicely, cool people, trying to interact with them, was expecting in a good way, but was for a purpose. This is the story that everyone have to learn. If you are moving somewhere, you are knowing none there. Before, it's not easy to learn people all of a sudden, but at least in case you want to borrow the stranger something, you have to have a vivid thing that will help you to catch that person if they run away. Because I don't think in life someone have to let you back every time. You have to go back 2 steps before while we forward, and then someone is coming to you and try to let you down, break your heart, give you a good, this kind of affect someone psychologically, because they just shifted and they're facing things like this. Someone trying to let them down, someone trying to scam them, someone trying to take them back to the steps. This is not good, actually. So at least we have to learn this, because it's happening everywhere. And people can handle the psychological affecting, like the emotional damage, because they were just a new experience and you are facing the bad things. Some people are easily emotionally damaged. So we can leave these days away. At least we can think on positive way and how to set your mind. Be careful when you are moving somewhere. You know none, you don't know the place, you know nothing. Don't trust people that easily, especially those one who wants to benefit from you. Someone is coming all over way to you, trying to scam so as to benefit themselves. Not cool at all. So let's focus. And here we'll have the short stories that will benefit us, that will give us the knowledge, a little things, the life experiences that we can share. There's friends who's just matured and try to start their own lives, trying to learn, trying to know new things. It's better to know these stories. Stories like this, they're good for them. So they can learn on their beginning, on their life. People who are growing have to know these things before they're facing them. There is no need everyone to face the bad things, while people who've experienced it, they can make them learn through them. So I can learn through their beginning and develop themselves in a good way. This is so heartbroken, emotional damage. Hope to see you in the next story. Thanks for listening. We'll be updating a very interesting story that people will learn, and it's a true story. Thank you.